Congress applying 21st century skills in EFL classrooms. The first workshop, using technology to improve our speaking. It was about learn why it is important to develop both listening and speaking skills, as well as to learn some websites that can help us to practice them. First, there was a question: how do you practice your speaking listening? Then we were talking about why do we have problems or difficulties as second language learners. The first was rate of processing. It means that our rate of processing is not quickly when we are talking. It's easy when we are maybe writing or reading because we have more time to process the information, but at the moment of speaking, it is difficult to process the information that other person is telling us. Then, the accent variation. It means that there are different accents, and that's a problem because it is difficult for us to understand some accents. Finally, not understanding. That is when people get blocked because they don't understand what the other people is saying. So there is a problem in this. So at the end, he gave us some websites that will be helpful for us to improve our skills in listening and speaking. Second workshop, current trends in second language assessment through technology. In this workshop, we were looking at what were the resource options for teachers 30 years ago, and if we are using the same traditional things at this time. Then we were looking about what are the traditional or most used evaluations methods. There were oral evaluations using rubrics, exams, projects, interviews, questionnaire, reading control, discussion, a debate, essay writing, and that they are traditional types of evaluation. And we realized that to change the way that we evaluate, we have to change the way that we teach. Because you cannot have a traditional classroom and try to have an innovative assessment. Then we were talking about the ways of thinking about technology for education. The first was technology as providing teaching resources, meaning that the technology is used to aid teaching a class as the blackboard or paper has done it so far, being just a resource to be used. It is considered a contributing machinery and making authentic materials or resources available. An example of this is blended learning. It is a traditional classroom that uses technology to improve and to make learning easier for us. The second is technology as an enhancement of learning experiences. where technology changes the way we teach and it contemplates changes in location or ways to receive and produce the language. An example of this is the flipped classroom and distance education. There, you can study before the class because your teacher has flipped the classroom. And in the flipped classroom, when you are learning a language at home, you will learn the vocabulary, you will watch videos, you are going to do practice activities, you are going to do something before, so you can understand the topic before coming classes. And here in the class, you do practice and production. Because in a traditional classroom, you first receive the class and after you do the homework. So, the homework depends on the class the teacher has taught. And in flipped classroom, you do first homework and then class. So, the class depends on the homework that the student has done. Now, to finish, we were talking about what is assessment, because we commonly confuse assessment with testing. But testing is a method of measuring a person's knowledge. They are regularly administrative procedures, and assessment is an ongoing process. It includes all the possible devices, procedures, and tasks teachers can use to evaluate or estimate the ability of a student. Both workshops were excellent because they encourage us to improve our skills using technology, and also that we can change the way we learn to the traditional form to an innovative way in order to improve our skills by different methods.